I believe Al Pacino in Scarface really nailed the popular belief system when his character Tony Montana said, "In this country, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the woman." I also have no idea why I think he sounded like a Jamaican Arnold Schwarzenegger. But anyway, this was widely believed in 1983, and it's widely believed today. Indeed, it appears that almost any man with money and power can have a sexy woman hanging on his arm. So clearly, it must be true, right? Today, I'm going to tell you why I believe this belief persists, why we seem to consistently see proof that exists, and why it's completely wrong most of the time. Most importantly, I'm going to show you why knowing the truth allows you to attract incredible women, no matter what your current financial position is. Imagine for a second that you have a really close female friend, and it's your job to find her a good man to date. The first thing you do is sit down and ask her what she's looking for in a guy. So she gives you a list of personality traits. She says she wants him to be kind, funny, honest, charming, intelligent, a good provider for a family, driven, inspirational, able to take charge when it's required, emotionally stable, able to look after himself, and knows what he wants in life. She then gives you a list of all the men in your city who would be willing to date her that you can choose from. To your horror, you discover the list has 20,000 names on it. Yes, your friend is moderately attractive, and there are that many men who'd be willing to date her. Dating is a very different prospect from a woman's perspective. For many men, our struggle is to find a woman, any woman at all. For women, the struggle is to find a good man, because many of the men on that list are terrible matches. So how on earth are you going to sort through this list? You couldn't possibly talk to each man separately to screen how appropriate he was, so you're going to have to find a way to shorten the list drastically. But how? In protest to the mammoth task at hand, you take a break and sit down with one of your favorite self-development books, Think and Grow Rich. After 10 minutes, you get a spark of inspiration and turn your attention back to her list of qualities she wanted in a man. It dawns on you that it's pretty hard to be wealthy unless you're intelligent, driven, inspired, able to take charge, emotionally stable, able to look after yourself when times get tough, and you certainly need to have a clear goal of what you want out of life. And odds are you got successful because you were good at charming people on the way up. If you took only the wealthy men on that list and interviewed them, you could shorten that list down to 100 men who have all but 3 of the qualities your friend wants. From that list, you could just interview them to find out who the kind, funny, and honest ones were. Sure, you'd throw out lots of guys who had all the right qualities, but who hadn't become successful yet. Or perhaps they had the right qualities, but their passions lie in an area that brings no financial reward. But with so many guys left still to choose from, why worry about a few lost opportunities? This is the honest plight of many women. The majority don't need their partners to be wealthy, but they do want certain personality traits that most wealthy guys tend to have. Most of us see wealthy guys with attractive women, and we assume what appealed to her was the money alone. But we too easily forget what kind of man he needed to be to make the money in the first place. Sure, some men who are wealthy are complete bellends. But some are also really great all-around guys. There's also one thing successful men do that unsuccessful men don't. They aren't afraid to go for what they want, even at the cost of failure. So wealthy men see an attractive woman and they aren't afraid to take the chance of being rejected. So attractive women are just way more likely to be approached by men who are successful in the first place. But if you aren't wealthy, this is not as bleak as it seems. By clearly understanding the traits a woman really wants in a man, all you need to do is demonstrate those traits in yourself to the women around you, and you'll be very popular with the ladies indeed. If you don't yet have these traits, then you owe it to yourself as an exercise in self-development to work on those parts of yourself. When I was 23 years old, I was a penniless university dropout who lived with his parents far from the city. But every woman I met could see that I was a funny, charming, genuine man who was passionate and driven to help men feel more confident with women by helping them to avoid the mistakes I had made in the past. I was never at a disadvantage to the other men because I knew I had the attributes women really wanted, and I knew how to show it without needing money or power. Simply put, if you're empowered, that's all the power you need around women. I'll end this video with this last thought. Yes, some women are overly focused on a man's financial success, it's true. Fortunately, these women are the minority, and you should feel sorry for them because they'll never be happy in their lives until they realize their priorities are all out of whack. It's also true that many women in the world like the idea of a man who's wealthy. Heck, that means an easier, more exotic lifestyle for her. But they also realize that money is just a cherry on the top as a potential bonus, and all the other personality traits of a partner are what truly matter. Women suffer far less than men with the idea that you need to be rich to be happy. That's our own crap which we unfairly project onto women. So what do you think? If you agree, or disagree, let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my 3 weekly videos. Hey guys, do you get frustrated approaching women and then getting rejected? I'd like to invite you to my free 12 video training series where I'm going to show you how to make such an amazing first impression before you even say a word that rejection will soon become a thing of the past. See that button down there? Don't procrastinate anymore. Go ahead and click on it, and I look forward to working with you.